Kevin, a mixed start to 2024 in that your unbeaten run's extended to 13 matches, another clean sheet, but ultimately some disappointment there. You've not been able to break down a very hard-working and resilient Bromsgrove Sporting side.
Yeah, I think exactly that. We've managed the ball very well today, passed it in some good moments, recognised some good moments, and yeah, that's the frustrating thing, that we haven't, closed it out and stuck the ball in the back of the net for all our possession and hard work. We haven't been as incisive in and around the penalty boxes as we'd like, but in some ways it's kind of a nice measure of where we're at and where we've been, and hopefully where we've come to. But there is that disappointment in the change room that we haven't won the game today. I think, like I say, on the balance of play, we probably deserve to win the game. But credit to Bromsgrove, they've, as you rightly point out, they've preserved the clean sheet and had something to hang on to and work hard for. And you have to give them them credit today. They've got some good players in the team, and made life difficult for us today. And we've got to do that thing of sticking the ball in the back of the net and making a difference. Sure.
I mean, in some respects, it's a compliment to your side that Bromsgrove came, and I have to say that they didn't offer an awful lot going forward, but they were, I wouldn't say clearly after a point, but they'd set up to make themselves hard to beat, and that again, that's a measure of perhaps where the Telford side is now, really.
Yeah, you'd hope so. Like I say, we've had games previously where we had to go deep into the game before taking the lead. I think Long Eaton was an example of that. But let us keep going. It showed great athleticism today. Like I say, I think we managed the ball really, really well. But you have to, when you get in opportunities, there weren't so many clear-cut moments there today. But when you get in good areas, you've got to crystallise that with sticking the ball in the back of the net, and that's a little bit that was missing today. But certainly, from an application point of view, everybody working really, really hard. We haven't looked in too much danger there. I think there's one moment that Brandon's been called on to make a save in the second half, on the counter attack. So yeah, lots of positives. Keep this little run going that we're on, which is great. We're frustrated, but we dust ourselves down and pick it up Thursday in training and hopefully into Saturday.
Sure. An injury for Jared Hibbert today, which meant Byron Moore got the second half. So I think Byron came through that one fairly well. In some ways, that was a good opportunity for him to get 45 minutes under his belt and get back into that kind of action. But any news on Jared?
Yeah, I don't think it's a pull. We've taken him out of the situation as early as we possibly could, and hopefully it's a bit more stiffness than anything else there. So yeah, we'll have him assessed obviously Thursday and see exactly where it's at. But I think you look at it. Obviously, Byron's the most senior player we've got on the bench there today. But I love it. We're able to give young Harvey some time. At 16 years old, he's come in there, and just seeing to him, he's acquitted himself very well. He's a little bit nervous, but he'll thrive off of that, and hopefully he takes some encouragement for that he keeps working hard at his game and keeps developing what he's going to be all about.
Sure. I mean, it's a big vote of confidence in a young man, a very young man, to introduce him into that situation.
Yeah, just he's worked with us often Thursday night. Has come in and done very well in the small-sided games that we play, as has Billy, and that Archie as well. They've all come in, and it's a credit to the the lads that are running the youth side, that they've got so many good players there that hopefully we can afford some time to. It's always that balance as a manager, that you don't want to overface them, but similarly it's just they're exciting, they're talented young men, and hopefully we can afford them more time as we go on, that we can grow. And off the back of that, we've still got to pick up results and keep winning games. That's what we need to do. That's the most important thing. And just felt, it'd be nice to give him a chance and opportunity today. And I think you look at what he's done for somebody such tender years. He's done really, really well. But ultimately the most important thing is that we try to win the game, and we haven't quite come up to the mark today.
Sure. No Sam Whittle today, no Ricardo Dinango. Any news on either of those two?
Yeah, I think Ricardo's done the done the warm up and what have you. He said he was feeling better off the back of that. So again, it would be great to get him back in the fold, and Sam as well has been really influential since he's been with us. he's a little bit frustrated. Sam, that he felt he might be able to train Saturday, it wasn't quite the case. I think hopefully as each day goes forward and moves forward, he's settling down, and to get Sam back in the group and in and around it again is proved to be a major player for us, and we need those players in the ranks, and hopefully he won't be too long. It's a bit of a niggling one, and as soon as he's right and ready to come in, obviously he'll be back in the fold.
Sure. And I mean, you've not been shy about saying that where you'd like to add to this team is in the final third, and add a little bit more in terms of goal scoring. I think there's a little bit more news in terms of squad movement today that might help that situation.
Yeah, hopefully so. The lads that are out there, all of them in the group are working really, really hard for each other, and we look really solid again today and didn't look in too much danger. But yes, I think at the sharp end of the field, just having that option and those options in the group would enhance us a little bit further again. So if the right players are there and we can afford to bring them in, then that's obviously clearly what we're going to try and endeavour to do. But the lads that are in the group, as you see, are working incredibly hard for one another. We had a terrific result on Boxing Day, and I think it's a strong performance today, just lacking the goal that we needed. But there's work to do, and lads are enjoying the football in the group and being in and around one another's company, and that's important. And with the good young players coming through as well, hopefully we can keep driving forward and sustain the position that we're in.
Sure. Is Judge Forsyth potentially I've heard possibility of a move to Kettering?
Yeah, so George, again, it's like with the league and what have you, and not sure that his agreement is over the line yet, or whether he played today. It was obviously left with Kettering, but that's where George will go and play for a month. I think they've got a lot of games. George has been frustrated that he hasn't, played as many minutes as he would like here, but that's unfortunately that's where it's at. The guys that are in there, Remy and Jordan, have struck up a good relationship. We've been on a reasonable run, and that's where the bar continues to shift forward, and we need to continue to keep raising the bar and demanding of one another, and it won't do George any harm to go and play some games and see how he comes back and off the back of that, and see where we're at in a month's time.
Sure, I know. And I'm just mentioning that as well, that you've been very complimentary about George's attitude, even when he's not been in the side, that he's still, he doesn't rock the boat, he comes in and he works hard. Yeah,
it's just, you couldn't fault the way he's conducted himself. And it's frustrating for players when they're not getting the minutes that they want and feel they can go and make a difference. Yes, it can be frustrating and it can be a difficult place, but like I say, I speak as a find, and George has been exemplary on that front. He's driving the other young lads, and he's certainly been, a player that's like stuck his chest out there and gone and done the right things when you're in that frustrating place and difficult place in some ways. It continues to do the right things, and I think you have to give players like that great credit. If they want to be awkward about it, that's up to them. But I couldn't speak highly enough of George and the way that he's conducted himself around the group. And I want all players to try and do well. I want to help them develop their game and their careers. And hopefully George comes back off the back of it, having had some games and that little bit of sharpness and edge that probably he's searching for. And who knows, he could go and lend something to our challenge. And hopefully that's the case.
Kevin, thanks very much for your time. We'll speak to you after Mikulova on Saturday.
Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you.